All right, hello. I had to restart this again. There we go. Welcome to those watching the replay, and make sure to say hello, even if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm going to be putting this up on YouTube. I originally do this in my Facebook community for women over 40, Women Creating Healthy Lives. That's a group. It's a free group. Come and join us there. If you are on Facebook, we literally only talk about things that affect your health, happiness, and your energy and stress management and stuff, your hormones, all that over the age of 40 for men. I have about 3,000 members in there right now, so come and join us. It's an amazing place to hang out, and you get some encouragement, you get some support, you get to feel like you're not alone, and you get to understand more better what's going on in your body. Okay? So today, the video I'm doing is on the hormone that mostly everybody has heard of, cortisol, right? And this hormone is a really, really important hormone. And we're going to talk about how it affects, of course, your energy, your weight, and your health in this phase, and the things that make, that elevate your cortisol and the problems that can cause, and what you can do to help decrease this and bring your body back into better balance. I'm just going to go into the group and let them know I am on live and to come and join us. Say hello when you come on live too. Let me know that you are watching. Say hello, hello. What do I want to do? This one. And just note that if you had problems viewing this video on your phone or on your computer in Facebook, I don't know what the new Facebook format, but it's horrible. Half the time I can't find my videos. So I don't know what's wrong with this new format of Facebook. I am really believing I should head over to YouTube, where it all began for me in 2011, and do more videos on YouTube. It's way better for this. Facebook is just being kind of crazy, but I love being in this Facebook group and helping you guys and answering your questions and doing videos specifically for you and posting recipe videos, what I eat in a day, things like that, which I need to post. I have pictures. I got to post that. Okay, so let's get on with this about the hormone cortisol. And I had decided to do a few days reading from this book, The Hormone Reset Diet. I know it's backwards, by Dr. Sarah Gottfried. And I'm going to need a water. Oh my God. So there's 7 hormones I'm going to be covered. I have already covered 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 hormones: estrogen, insulin, and leptin. So those videos are in this Facebook group, but they will also be up on YouTube under Diana Marchand. So my YouTube channel is just me, Diana Marchand. All right. So the thing is on cortisol. Let's get to the notes on cortisol. So many of you know that cortisol is a hormone that kind of gives us energy. Cortisol and adrenaline is secreted by the adrenal glands. Adrenal glands are glands that sit above your kidney. And during the midlife phase, adrenal glands are really affected, okay? Really affected. The adrenal glands can actually produce hormones, other hormones, right? Your estrogen and progesterone and stuff. But in midlife, our body, not only is our body under more stress, but usually women have very stressful lives already. So when they hit this midlife phase, the stress is greatly increased. Not only is their stressful life still the way it was, but the stress within their body is there now. So it's like double trouble. And your adrenal glands pump out the adrenaline and the cortisol, right, which would give you the energy. And the cortisol is the stress hormone. So the more stress you are under, the more cortisol is produced. And when you get too much cortisol, that is when the health problems start to happen. And also definitely the weight gain. Hey, Ruth, so happy to have you here. The weight gain, cortisol, too much cortisol can lead to something called adrenal fatigue, ADRENAL, fatigue. You can Google that and find out more about that. Don't ask your doctor, a regular MD. Don't go to your regular MD for adrenal fatigue. they probably won't know what you're talking about. They're not trained on hormones. So what I've said in my other videos is regular MDs are not trained at all on nutrition or hormones. They would have to specialize to learn more about hormones, okay? So don't expect your regular medical doctor to know enough to even help you. They will just want to prescribe synthetic hormones for you. So try to avoid that by all means, just so you don't get on a roller coaster ride of synthetic hormones. And when you try to go off them, you end up with even worse symptoms and feeling even worse. And that when you're on them, it leads to more weight gain and water retention. Really horrible. All right. So cortisol, and it does have to, I'm afraid, that caffeine, because we know caffeine gives us that lift. When you are somebody who's under consistent stress and you're consuming caffeine, your cortisol levels are going to be really high, and that's when it's really not good for you, okay? So if you have brought your hormones into better balance, you do a lot of stress reduction techniques, and you're feeling good, coffee is okay, okay? Regular consumption of caffeine disconnects you from the natural circadian rhythms which govern your hormonal harmony. Without these natural rhythms, your hormones misfire and you can become fat. That's because coffee elevates cortisol. But remember, stress elevates cortisol more, okay? One of your body's key fat storage hormones. When you are highly sensitive to or slow to metabolize the caffeine, caffeine leaves you feeling raw and throttled, living life with chronically high cortisol levels, which you do when you're under consistent stress, robs you of joy, restful sleeps, and controls your weight and control over your weight. You lose control over your weight. Now, another thing that's really important to remember, high cortisol equals low melatonin, okay? High cortisol, if you have high cortisol, you most likely have low melatonin, and melatonin helps you to sleep, get a restful sleep. So if you are under consistent stress, there are hundreds of bad health things that it contributes, but also you will have a hard time sleeping. So if you're somebody who's even taking sleeping pills or wondering, why can't I sleep? Why is it going through? Yes, it has to do with the midlife change. But also, if you are under consistent stress and you are not doing practices, tools, techniques consistently to help you deal with that stress, your sleep will stay like it is, okay? So really, really important. Chocolate too. So of course, you know, chocolate does have caffeine in it. So just watch for that too. So some of the questions: do you drink coffee or caffeinated beverages most days of the week? Do you struggle with anxiety and irritability? Because too much cortisol can cause you to feel like that too. And alcohol: do you drink 3 or more servings of alcohol per week? Do you overeat when stressed? Have you been told you have high, although we won't cover that. And does the idea of quitting coffee seem outrageous and leave you looking for ways to avoid giving it up? Do you suffer from burnout, physical or emotional exhaustion from chronic stress? Right? Do you suffer from indigestion, gastroesophageal reflux, so acid reflux, or stomach ulcers? Good signs of high cortisol, as well as coffee is brutal for those things. Okay. Do you experience breast tenderness, or has a clinician told you that you have fibrocystic breasts? Do you have PMS symptoms? So it's just showing you that high cortisol can show up in these areas. But really, when you're in the midlife phase, you have all of those anyways. It's kind of crazy. And until you bring your body back into better balance, you'll probably continue to have many of those symptoms, right? Okay. Let's see what it says here. Coffee goes directly from your stomach to your hypothalamus, which regulates hormone levels and prods your pituitary gland, tells your adrenal glands to release more cortisol. The newly ingested caffeine can also inhibit adenosine. Okay, anyways, one of your body's natural calming mechanisms. So we really kind of already know this, that coffee doesn't help us to calm down. That's for sure, right? Reduces blood flow to your brain from 20 to 30%. If you are already stressed, you have double trouble, like I said, right? Cortisol raises blood glucose, which may make you feel foggy. And when it drops, you feel hungry. the drop in blood sugar levels, right? As your body demands more glucose, the cells say, whoa, we're shutting down. The result, you're in a vicious cycle of caffeine, rising cortisol, and unstable blood sugar levels. And this, of course, leads to fat. And fat that, unless you change things, you can't get rid of. It's going to be there, and you're going to continue to actually gain more fat. Visceral fat has 4 times the cortisol receptors of fat elsewhere. You keep taking on more fat, and that's especially if you have fat in the belly, okay? Brutal place to have it. So, of course, they're saying there's strong links between caffeine, weight gain, anxiety, insomnia, and maybe even breast cancer. But also you got to remember breast cancer is linked to an imbalance of pretty much all of the 7 hormones I'm talking about in this series. In my other videos, I talk about the link to breast cancer too for the other various hormones. So know that it is not just one thing. It is the 7 hormones I'm talking about in this series. They all, when you let yourself stay continuously out of balance, you are prone to disease and illness. It decreases your immune system, right? Which right now is very serious. This is really serious to keep your immune system strong, okay? I can't stress it enough, like seriously. All right. So now we're talking about stress too. 25% of women, oh my God, I'd say way more than that, state that their stress is an 8 or higher. Come on, way more than that. Overeating can elevate cortisol, glucose, and insulin levels, fan the fire of persistent inflammation and oxidative stress. Now, inflammation in the body and oxidative stress cause illness and disease. They cause illness and disease, okay? This is it. This is how serious. You can't just say, I feel fine, my health is fine, I'm a little stressed and I'm stressed and I stress eat and I emotionally eat, but you know what, my health is fine. You don't know what's going on in the background in your body. People who are diagnosed with cancer, pretty much so many of them said, I was feeling fine. I didn't think anything was wrong with me, right? There's growing evidence that suggests that biological factors work together to accelerate cellular aging by shutting down the telomere care system. In fact, excess cortisol can shrink the hippocampus by killing brain cells. Keep in mind that you're already producing more cortisol as you age, right? Chronic stress changes food preferences too. We know that. When people are under chronic stress and emotional ups and downs, they tend to crave the comfort foods and the sugar, okay? Which then keeps the body in the cycle of hormone imbalance, because those foods also contribute to more hormone imbalance. So it's a brutal cycle, right? Chronic stress not only alters your appetite and the types of food you crave, but it also leads to you losing sleep, of course, drinking more alcohol, and getting less exercise. When you're sleep deprived and hungover, what do you crave? Coffee. So then the cycle continues. Obesity results from chronic problems and energy imbalances in your body, which is definitely caused by high stress. Scientists define stress as behavioral and psychological responses generated in, well, you know what stress is. And it's just going on to say, like, you know, so many women are faced with consistent stress in their life because of all the things they have to deal with, right? Usually women have to deal with aging parents. Usually they're still dealing with children who may be at home, even adult children. Usually they're the ones who clean the house, do some of the yard work full time maybe, make the meals, all of those things, plan the parties, plan the family functions, buy the presents, right? So women really carry so much. And in midlife especially, that is just way too much for the body to handle. And it keeps them in this imbalanced state. And then it also gets them to crave and eat the foods that aren't that good for them. You know, of course, I hear so often women say, I'm just too busy to make those types of foods, or I'm just too busy to shop for healthy foods, or I'm too busy, or I didn't have time to have my smoothies. All I do is I wake up in the morning and I grab my coffee and I leave for work and I don't eat again till I get home. I hear that all the time. You really got to realize this is really bad for your body. And how do you want to live and age as you get older, right? How do you want to live your life? How do you want to feel like? And denying that anything's wrong or believing that you can't change anything is really choosing to stay stuck and choosing to stay a victim instead of feeling more empowered in yourself and saying, this isn't working anymore. I need to take care of myself now. If not now, when? And if not me, who? Right? You are the one fully responsible to take care of yourself. I help women with this in all of my programs, in my one-on-one and in my group programs that I do live, okay? We deal with the body, mind, and spirit. The food, the stress reduction, the spirit, taking care of yourself, the self-love, time for you, loving boundaries, all of those things. They are crucial to taking good care of yourself so that you do age in a healthy way, okay? And stay healthy, especially with what's going on right now, right? People talk so much about these masks and stuff. They don't keep you healthy, you guys. They do nothing. It's your immune system that you need to work on. It's you yourself that you need to keep healthy, okay? So a good night's sleep. They said, if you don't have a good night's sleep, if you're really having problems with sleep, really going to have a hard time losing that weight if you can at all, okay? Need to address the root causes of burnout. Yes, absolutely. Dun, dun, dun. Cause toxicity. That stress can cause toxic body, which leads to more illness and disease. All right. So now, of course, what do they say? What can you do about this? What can you do about this? Well, if you are feeling stressed, if you are feeling exhausted, fatigued, and you can barely make it through the day, if when you wake up in the morning, you really have to drag yourself out of bed, you're feeling really, really tired, and then at night you tend to get more energy and you tend to stay up, that is a sign of adrenal fatigue, okay? If you are using coffee a lot to try and keep awake and it's not even keeping you awake anymore, it's not giving you that lift, you're most likely in adrenal fatigue. See a naturopath. There are supplements in health food stores you can start with, but I highly suggest seeing a functional medical doctor, naturopath, nurse practitioner, something who knows and can deal with adrenal fatigue, a Chinese medicine doctor, whoever you can find that helps with deal with this naturally and the root causes with nutrition and rest, sleep, relaxation, setting powerful boundaries with the people, saying no, really realizing you must, because adrenal fatigue does not get better on its own. You will only get worse, and your symptoms will get worse, and your health will get worse, okay? You need to take good care of you positively 100%, okay? So that is with cortisol. It is a dangerous thing to have if it's high, but there are things like what practices can you do during the day? Grounding, little bits of meditation, breathing exercises. I show you that in all of my live programs and one-on-one coaching. So please reach out to me. I have prices that work for every single person, guarantee, okay? I always find a way to make it work. So having something consistent every day, whether that is 3 times a day, I sit, I connect to my heart, to my body, and I take 10 deep breaths. 10 deep relaxing breaths. I close my eyes, I relax my shoulders, I sit up tall, I do some deep breathing, and I just feel my nervous system relax, relax, relax. And setting that intention, right? I choose to release and relax. I release stress and I choose to relax. Sit in your center. You can focus on your heart as you breathe in and out. Focus on your lower belly, allowing it to rise, like fill up when you inhale. Exhale as it decreases. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, right? Go for a walk in nature, barefoot on the grass, on the beach, in the water, on the ground. Walk in nature. Did I already say that? Go sit by the water. Be present in the moment. If you're experiencing stress and anxiety and you're not sure how to deal with it, stress and anxiety is usually caused by thinking about the future or the past and not being fully and completely present in the moment and knowing that you are safe exactly where you are and you know what you're doing. So you're safe and protected. So it's really being fully present in the moment, not thinking about anything, and just focusing on your breath, whether you count the breath, whether you just feel the sensations in your body. Okay. This will help greatly decrease the stress, right? And lower the cortisol levels. You must decrease coffee. If you're in that state, you want to not drink caffeinated beverages. Okay. And really work on some practices and techniques. You can try EFT, emotional freedom technique, of course, guided meditations. There are so many on YouTube. Listen to some relaxing music, do some journaling, do some things that help to really lower your stress response, okay, and calm your nervous system. This is crucial. I cannot say it enough. This is about you, your life, your health, and your families, of course, right? The practices you do and show to others, and the more you take care of yourself, you also show and give other people permission to be able to take care of themselves too. And you show your kids that they need to take care of themselves too. Okay? That no matter what's going on, each person is completely worthy and deserving to take complete care of themselves, no matter what. All right? What else do I want to say? Do you guys have any questions? So we talked about cortisol. Oh yeah, I was talking about. So always the same. Decrease alcohol, decrease caffeine when you're under these situations. Have a lot of good veggies and fresh greens, cooked and raw. Good lean proteins, vegan or regular. But if you're eating meat, make sure it is not conventional meat. And look at my first video on estrogen if you want to know more. Wild meat, organic, grass-fed, whatever. Same with your eggs. Greatly decreased dairy. It is inflammation-causing, mucus forming, and highly acidic for your body. And yeah, eat super healthy, clean foods. Take care of yourself. Hot water, warm water and lemon juice in the morning. 2 green smoothies a day. Lots of good high fiber, usually from your fruits and greens. Not a fiber supplement. And what else can I say? Decrease the alcohol if you're under this for sure. Yeah, eat super healthy. That's one of the most important things. I'm just reading what else it says. Green tea is okay. It still has a little bit of caffeine, but it's definitely better. Okay, yeah, then she just talks about some breathing things. Exercise. So when you are under this extreme stress or very high cortisol levels, do not exercise a lot. It would be more like some nice yoga, some stretching, some breathing, going for a walk in nature, a little hike, something that helps you be in the moment, feel fully present. You feel that you're relaxing, that as you're doing it, you're releasing stress, that you're doing some good breathing while you're doing this type of exercise. So nothing, because stress is exercise too. Exercise causes stress within the body. So if you're experiencing adrenal fatigue or high cortisol levels, or you can't get rid of the fat and you're exhausted all the time, do not over-exercise. Do not over-exercise. It will do the opposite. You will gain more weight. Okay? All right. Well, I think that is what I have to say. Try melatonin for sleeping. And go to the health food store, magnesium. There's always supplements for everything now. There's supplement blends for sleeping. There's also one called Calm with calcium magnesium. But there are so many supplement blends and herbs and stuff that can be used to help your body get a better night rest. Start with those. Same with adrenal fatigue things. So just go to a good health food store that you trust. Don't buy on Amazon until you really know what you're buying. And ask them, talk to them on what they recommend and start taking something, right? Minerals. Get your green powders too. Make sure you're taking some super powders. Really do your best to feed and fuel every cell in your body and begin to heal yourself. Get extra rest. Say no to things. Set some powerful, loving boundaries. Begin to really know your worth, because this is life or death. It really is. This is how important it is. In midlife, this is the time. If you haven't taken care of yourself, it is crucial now, because your body is not forgiving you anymore. Let me tell you that. All right. So much love to you guys. I will be doing a 21-day program that is going to include some hormone reset info, and you're going to go through it, reset these 7 hormones, bring your body back into better balance. Okay. You get the recipes, you get the food, you get live videos from me, you get information, handouts. It's going to be done 21 days in a Facebook community group, private group. And that will be done starting in September. And you will get practices. Yeah, good to have you here, Ruth. You will get practices and techniques and tools. And we do a little meditation with every video I do within the program. You have 2 or 3 a week. So you will be doing guided meditations with me with breath work. And you will learn it. So you'll be able to use this during the day too. Okay? So much love to you guys. And I will be doing our next video on the hormone thyroid, on the thyroid hormone. Okay, that is the next video. And I think I might do that tomorrow. I will let you guys know. So stay tuned in the Facebook group. If you're not on my mailing list, go to dianamarchand.com. Look at my free trainings, 3 Keys to Midlife Weight Loss and Prep and Plan to Eat Healthy All Week. If they don't work right now, I have to fix something on my website. So note that. I'm going to go check something on my website tonight because they updated it and I may have screwed something up. But find me on YouTube at Diana Marchand also. Okay? So much love to you guys. Have an amazing night. Bye-bye.